Okay, this is the story of a family vacation that didn't go well. This started before the earthquake. I had invited my little brother to come and visit us in Taiwan. You remember my little brother, right? Did I mention him before? The guy that said we were dead? Yeah, that guy. So I invited him to come because he was on vacation from college at the time. It was the summer. And I said, hey, Rob, you should spend the summer with us in Taiwan. Come, learn about the place, and see what it's like. They have great food. The people are nice. The scenery is beautiful. So he was like, well, yeah, okay. Is it safe? And I said, yeah, compared to America, yes. And he asked a funny question. He asked, is it safe like Canada? Because my family, American and Canadian. So I was like, yes, it's completely safe. You've got nothing to worry about. It is great here. However, when my brother had got here, the news was reporting on a group of men that the police were busy looking for every night. It was on the news every night for a little while. There was a group of men who had taken a little girl, and the police really wanted to find them. They were bad guys. I believe it was Chen Jinxing was his name, if I said that correctly. And the girl that they had taken was Bai Bingbing's daughter, Bai Xiaoyan. That was during this time. And they were on the news constantly, and it was a bad thing. I remember, though, my brother looking at the television saying, I thought you said Taiwan was safe. And I'm like, it's just these guys. Don't worry about it. It's okay. So, okay, fine. We run around Taiwan. He had a great summer. Everything was great. We got to see Sun Moon Lake. I took him to all the sites, but I was saving one place for the end, for his final vacation. I wanted to take him down to Kending because it's just great. He loves the beach, and I knew that he would like this. So it's getting towards the end of the summer. It's his final weekend here. He's getting ready to fly back. And what happened was, if you know, Taiwan in the summer, typhoons. And it looked like a typhoon might be coming that week. So I'm not too worried about it. At the beginning of the week, I think, it's okay. Typhoons, they go, and then they go away. All right. Turns out that this typhoon, nope, it's coming. So I remember we tried to get down to Kending. We left on a Friday evening, kind of late, and the sky was all orange. And I'm still hopeful. I'm thinking, okay, well, typhoon, maybe it won't hit the south part. Maybe it'll go north and we'll be okay down south. That's fine. So we can still have our little, Kending vacation. So we take the small little bus into Taichung. At the time, they didn't have Guohao Liao Dao. It was, no highway. We had to take the little, what we call the chicken bus into Taichung. So we get there and we can see on the news that, nope, it's going to be a typhoon. I turn to my brother and I say, okay, hey, Rob, yeah? Probably going to be a typhoon. Cool. I say, no, actually, no, they're not. He's from Seattle. He doesn't know. So we don't have these things at all where we're from in the U.S. So he's like, okay, that'll be great. And I'm like, not really, but okay. So we hop in the train and we decide to go for it. We get out in Kaohsiung. Now, by now, it's about maybe 10 o'clock at night, and everything is shut down. Worse, there are no buses running from Kaohsiung down to Kending. So we were getting out of the train, and I remember looking around, and we ended up joining a group of people, maybe 10, 12 people, who were also I could tell they were looking for a way to go south also. So we kind of joined them. We snuck in with their group and joined them. And they found one place with the door still open and the bus drivers were still there. And I remember hearing cling, 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 cling before we walked into the station there. And it's men sitting around a table and they're throwing dice into a bowl and they're playing shibala. They're playing a game. So we walk in there and one of the people, an older gentleman, talks to the men, and the men, they look at us, and they think, okay, probably money, I guess. So what they do is they go and over to a sofa, like this one here, and they wake up a man who was sleeping on the sofa. And the man looks up And they're pointing at him, you, go drive those guys. And he looks at us and he just is angry. He's like, oh, why? And he gets up and he starts slowly walking over there, complaining the whole time. Why do you want to go to Kending? There's a typhoon coming. You shouldn't be down there. Blah, 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 blah. So he gets into the bus and we're like, okay, we got it. We're good. So my brother and I, we race to the back of the bus and we get the big seat and we fall asleep immediately. So about 10, 15 minutes, maybe later, I don't know. I feel some pulling and I wake up and I look around. I look at my brother. My brother's asleep. He's like, Kosway, ah. And I look at the other people in the bus and they're just staring. Everybody in the bus is just staring at the bus driver. And the bus driver, it turns out, he's driving and then he's falling asleep. And the bus stops. And then he'll wake up and drive for a little bit and then fall asleep again. And I'm realizing, oh, he wasn't sleeping earlier. He's drunk. So I wake up my brother. I'm like, Rob, hey, Rob, wake up. He's like, what? We're going to die. And he's like, ooh. And we look up at the bus driver, and the bus driver is driving, and he kind of gets up, and he's driving for a little bit again. And you can see they have the 镜子, the big mirror in the front of the bus. And he looks back at us and he kind of points. He sees my big stupid brother sitting next to me. And he's like looking at him doing. And I'm looking and my brother looks at me. He wants me to drive the bus, doesn't he? And I'm like, yeah, I think he does. And my brother's like, okay. And he gets up and we start walking and we walk down the middle aisle to drive the bus. Now, the bus is as big as the school buses that you guys have here at school. So I remember, too, the faces of the people as we are walking up. They're looking at us like, oh, even worse is to have the foreigners drive the bus. So we go and sit down, and the people are obviously, they're probably wondering, oh my God, what are we going to do? Now, of course, my brother, he doesn't speak Chinese. He's never been to Kending before. He has no idea where to go. So I'm sitting in the bus driver, I'm the Daoyo, the tour guide seat next to him. And so I'm kind of telling him where to go. I mean, it's not hard, but I'm telling him how to drive down there, and I'm giving him the directions. And so what the people in the bus don't know is that in my family, we drive trucks. It was my father's job, and we can all drive large vehicles. We learn from a young age. It's sort of the family business for us. So we were fine in the bus. And but after a little while, also, it was typhoon. The road's clear. There was nobody on the road, too, so it was fine. But after a little while, you could tell people relax because I could feel on my shoulder, I look, and an older woman was just handing us a little fengli su, a little pineapple cake. And so people started giving us snacks. And so I said, thank you. And we started talking and everybody relaxed and they were happy and they started taking pictures with us and giving us snacks. And so it became great fun. Now, during all of this, bus driver, he's gone. He's asleep in the back. So after a little while, we're driving and everything's okay. And we hear a little ding. And so we realize, oh, somebody wants off the bus. So we kind of stop and open the door, and I get on the microphone and say, 我们等一下要下车，小心哦，有台风啊，好好，谢谢啊，谢谢你各位啊，有空再来 okay, bye bye. And so everybody got off the bus. We did it. We got everybody slowly off to their destinations. And now, as we pull into Kending, it's about 3 a.m. by this point. We finally park the bus at the big gate in front of the Kending National Park there, and the bus driver still asleep. He's just gone. So we leave him in the bus and we get off, and of course, nothing's open. Nothing's open. So I tell my brother, listen, we'll just go down to the beach and we'll just kind of just sit near the beach there, and the place will open up pretty soon. Now, the typhoon hasn't come yet. You can feel the nice warm wind blowing, but it was fine. So I'm thinking, couple hours, hotel's open, we can go in. try to sleep. We take off our backpacks and we're just trying to get a little bit of sleep. And at one point, you can just sort of hear the water rushing and whooshing, and then whoosh, one big wave comes, and all of the water misses me. I'm fine. For some reason, I didn't get wet at all, but my brother got completely soaked and drenched in the water, and the waves are pulling his backpack out into the ocean, and he has to run and get his backpack, and I just have this image of him standing there looking at me, holding his backpack, completely wet, just angry. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to help my brother, so I do what any brother would do. I do, so I laugh at him. I say, come on in, stupid. And so he sits down again. He's mad. I say, okay, try to sleep for a little bit longer, and something will be open soon. We'll get you dry, and we'll have a shower. It'll be okay, all right? So I try to sleep again, and shortly after that, I feel a tapping on my shoulder. And so I think it's my stupid brother. I'm like, what? And my brother is just like, he is just staring at something. And I like look, and he's just white. He's white anyway, but he's even more white. So I look down at my shoulder, and it's a gun. And it's not just a pew pew gun, it's a bang bang gun. So I'm like, okay. And I follow that, and it's a soldier with a rifle, and he's just sort of poking me in the shoulder to wake me up. And so I'm like, what? And I'm speaking the best Chinese I can possibly speak because there's a gun here. So what it was actually he was nice. But I mean, he did poke me with a gun, but he was asking, hey, had you seen any men on the beach? I'm like, no, because there were soldiers on the beach looking for 3 men. It turns out they were looking for Chen Jinxing and the men because the rumor was that they would come down to Kending during the typhoon and try to sneak out of Taiwan on a boat and go to the Philippines. So they were out there looking for him. I'm like, no, we didn't see anything. Maybe ask the bus driver. Maybe he saw somebody, okay? So no, and he was fine. It was okay, but still, gun. We were scared after that. So we just sort of sat there on the beach until the day came, and we eventually found a hotel, but the typhoon came and we could just stay inside. And the whole time my brother's just like, safe. I had to drive the bus to get here. We had guns pointed at us. They were looking for murderers. I'm like, I know, but don't worry. But he does love Taiwan. Don't worry. He still thinks it's wonderful here, but he was very unlucky then. So the only thing that we ended up doing for the next couple of days was we had to stay inside our little tiny hotel room while the wind and the rain blew outside and watch TV. But the only TV we really had was something called Channel V. It was a music television where they showed music videos all day, and we watched a bunch of Taiwanese music and different music videos for the 2 days. My brother went back to America, and even now sometimes I'll call him and say, hey Rob, come on back to Taiwan, I'll take you to Kending. And he says, shut up. So it's a sore spot with him now, but he did have a great time. All right, okay, so that's a family vacation that didn't turn out so well. Thanks.